Hey folks, Zia Ahmed here in Houston, Texas for DesiU.com. With me I have the great pleasure and honor of having with us Mr. Bally Sagoo. Welcome to Houston.
Hello, thank you very much, and thank you for calling me.
Thank you. Before we start the interview, tell us a little bit more about your background, your childhood first.
Well, I mean, like most people know, I've been brought up in the UK, in a town, Birmingham. I was born in India, in Delhi, and I've been living in Birmingham all my life, so I grew up in a very multicultural city where a lot of black American music was a lot of my influence. So growing up in the UK, I was hanging around with a lot of different types of kids, and Indian music was definitely not in me. So I felt like I need to get into the music, and so from school days, I was always experimenting with music and mainly on cassettes.
Wow. So where was your first big break?
Well, if I say my classroom, that's probably correct, because it was when I was in class in school, and I was like, 12 years old. And I didn't know it was called being a DJ. What I was doing was I was playing music all the time with my little cassette player, which is a really small little mono cassette player. And the kids used to just keep moving around and just dancing around in the classroom and making noises and throwing the pencils in the air. And I kind of got excited by doing things like that. And the kind of things I was really into was Bob Marley, Steel Pulse, Bee Gees, Boney M, Michael Jackson, obviously, and not one Indian or Asian song, because my parents were more Bollywood, i.e. Lata Mangeshkar, Mohammed Rafi,
Right.
and I couldn't hear the bass lines, I couldn't hear the drum beats, I couldn't hear the Western influence there. So I really was in a melting pot where I thought, this is what I like to hear and this is what I want to be, which is more English. So for me, it was a complete little turnaround in a circle. So I was really confused and more into the English scene and definitely more into the American scene, because I was definitely into the black music scene as opposed to the UK English music scene.
Okay, very good. So you've created stuff like Bollywood flashback, and you've done more traditional stuff as well.
Yeah.
What's the difference in making those that kind of music?
See, with me, I've got 45 albums now. I've done so much different types of variety of music that Bollywood was something I wanted to take on after I had tackled doing Punjabi stuff, because Punjabi music, Bhangra music, as you know,
Right.
is a very strong, dominant force within the world, as in Punjabi music gets played all around the world. So my first break came in 1990 when I got the chance to work on a popular singer, Malkeet Singh, on a song called Hey Jamala Tu Tak song.
Okay.
The company based in Birmingham, they said to me, we'll give you a vocal of a very big Punjabi singer. Let's see what you can do to it. So then that was my dream come true, to go into a recording studio, because my bedroom was a makeshift studio. I used to call it Currywood Studios, CWS. It just sounded great. And so I thought, okay, this is the first time I went into a studio, and it was in 1990. And what I did was I took this man's vocal and I made it into more of a house track. And it was called the Def Mix. And even the sleeve I designed myself, because talk about budgets, there was no such thing. And it just exploded on the radio stations in Birmingham. And then the English radio stations were saying, what was that tune that was it was almost Indian, but then it wasn't Indian.
Right.
And then from there I knew there was a need for this type of a scene. So then what I did was I started the whole new movement where it was like starting Indian music but with Western beats. And then my first album, which was called Wham Bam,
Right.
which was Bhangra remixes, came out in 1990. Straight away after that, I landed the project of working with the late Ustad Nusrat Ali Khan,
Right.
and then we flew in from Pakistan, and then I made the album called Magic Touch. And then from there, one by one, Amitabh Bachchan and all the major projects came into me, because then I just got discovered working in a studio was really what I want to do, not sell fridge freezers and work in Radio Shack.
Sure. So it's been 18 years since then, correct?
It's,
Roughly.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was 1990, so yeah, it's almost 20 years.
So what's the difference in the music scene now as opposed to back then?
Oh wow! I mean, now I'm very happy to say that the Desi music scene has come along so much, thanks to a lot of people making music, fusing music, collaborating, and experimenting all the time. I mean, now we've pioneered, we've engineered this whole UK Desi movement scene, and obviously America was a very big market for me, because when I first came to America in the early 90s, people were saying to me, we don't have Indian Bhangra parties, first of all. And what is a Bhangra party? And the other thing is we don't play Indian music in clubs. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm saying, I'm soon going to change that. And then that's when I started playing. I tested a few tracks with English beats.
Sure.
And put Indian vocals on there, and then that just opened the door for me. And then I knew that this is the kind of line of work I wanted to go into. And then from obviously starting off as a DJ, I progressed, which was a natural progression for me, into being a producer and actually making music myself and being an original composer. So then I started making original compositions and original songs, because I sit in a studio and I make songs from scratch as well, and I don't just remixes.
Do you find British South Asians different from North American Asians?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's
How so?
difference. I think that the major difference between the UK and say this part of the world in America is that the UK guys are a lot more hardcore desi, as in speaking wise,
Sure.
cultural wise. I mean, everybody in the UK speaks Punjabi.
Right.
You know, everybody in the UK, I'm talking about majority of them, listen to Bhangra music and so on and so
Sure.
on. America, because it's such a very big country, everyone is so spread out, and they don't know half of the tunes, they don't get half of the CDs, and half of my albums aren't available here because it's such a Western country, this part of the world in America, that's what things are really catching on now, and so on and so on. But what I'm really yearning for, what I'd like to see from America, is I'd like to see Indian artists blowing up from America. Why don't people from America make it overseas? And that's when I think that there's, you know, this is the hip hop culture, the capital, right? This is
Right.
where all the best rappers come from. You know,
True.
Bollywood, they don't have rappers, man.
True.
These guys need to go to America, India, and start rapping in movies, because I have movie directors that are telling me, do you know any good rappers? I'm like, dude, America has millions of good rappers.
Sure.
So I think that there's that bridge that needs to happen. It's more so also that we've got our together in the UK. We've got our stuff together. And in the UK, because it's such a small country, it's the mecca, it's the melting pot for Desi music when it comes to fusion. So that's why Bollywood, Desi, you name it, all these type of styles of music, they come from there. And thanks to obviously people like myself, obviously there's a lot of producers now, and there's a lot of DJs now, so obviously it's opening the scene.
What's next for you?
Right now, my main concentration is my first movie that I've just made, which is Sajjana Vi Sajjana, has just come out. It's a Punjabi movie, and I play the debut lead role in there. The soundtrack is also mine, and I'm just very happy that I've got this chance to make a film, and it's made in the UK. It's about a British Desi guy. Hello, and it's about a guy that doesn't want to get married to an Indian girl. Hello, and he has a white girlfriend. Okay, thank you. So I mean, I can relate to the role, and it's been a great fun playing the role and playing. I mean, I was honoured. I worked with Priti Jangiani. You know, she's an established Bollywood actress. Dilip Dahil plays my granddad, and I'm working with the giants of Bollywood. And I mean, making a video is a totally different thing than making a movie. So here, I'm making film, music for a scene. So Sajjana Vi Sajjana is my movie, but I'm doing a lot of other things. I mean, I'm working on a lot of other projects overseas. I'm doing a lot of work in India. I'm working hard on setting my own music school up, teaching DJs, doing a DJ academy, my own restaurant, lounge bar. So I'm doing a lot of stuff, but right now I'm in America and touring around the States, and I've been playing all over the country. And I've always liked coming to America because this is one of my most important markets, and it's important that I keep with the people out here. And I always get a lot of fans turning up at my shows in America, because to be honest with you, this is where my first thing started, man, because I came to New York, and
Really?
in America, that's when it really hit off for me, and it was important because it's such a huge country.
Okay, very good. If you weren't producing or being an artist, what would you be doing?
Oh, selling fridge freezers at Radio Shack, man. Because that's what I used to do.
Okay. Well, I know you have to run, so I'm going to take one more minute. I'm going to ask you about 10, 15 very simple A or B type questions.
Okay.
Tell me whatever comes to your mind, okay? British or American food?
A, British.
Aishwarya or Priyanka?
Without being greedy, both. But if I have to say one, everyone knows Aishwarya Rai. She's my Rasmalai.
Okay. Rugby or American football?
Neither.
Neither. Cricket?
You can't hold a ball in your hand, man. That's cheating. So neither.
Austin Powers or James Bond?
Oh, a martini, stirred, not shaken.
James Bond. Very good.
Definitely.
Aston Martin or Bentley?
Aston Martin.
Tony Blair or Gordon Brown?
None of them.
Chai or coffee?
Oh, definitely Cha.
Armani or Dolce & Gabbana?
Armani.
Chicken or beef?
Oh, chicken, man.
Okay. And the last question, which I'm sure all the women out there want to know, boxers or briefs?
Uh, can I say neither?
You can say anything you want, whatever you want.
Okay, briefs.
Briefs? Okay, very good. I know you have a show to do, so I'll let you go. Thank you very much. All the best. Is there a website or anything that people can log on to?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, before we go, I just want to say thank you to all the fans that are watching, that put me where I am today. Thanks to you guys. For more details, check out ballysagoo.com, ishqrecords.com, and yeah, thanks for all the support. Keep supporting me.
All right, there you have it. Thank you very much. Empower the Desi in you. I'm Zia Ahmed in Houston, Texas. Thank you.